For most people, decluttering is an entire process. It's taken us years, uh, months, years to accumulate everything that we have. And to have the expectation that you're going to do it in, let's say, a night or a weekend is probably unrealistic. So I wanted to give you some ways, 7 tips specifically, that is going to help you speed up the process. Hi, my name's Deirdre Dunn. I'm a real estate broker here in the Wellington and Waterloo regions of Ontario. I help empty nesters downsize by using my 5-step method that I call your next chapter. And using this 5-step method, it helps reduce the stress, the overwhelm, the anxiety that comes with downsizing your home and your life. So if you find this video helpful and instructive, I would love for you to press the subscribe button and the like button so that more people like you can see it. So thanks for that. So let's begin. So there are 7 tips, because if we can help use these tips to manage the whole process of decluttering, then it becomes an easier process for us. So the first tip I wanted to give you is a clean sweep. And what I mean by that is it's kind of dealing with the low-hanging fruit. So you take a box, you take a large bag, you start walking through your house and start putting things that are broken, that you don't use anymore, that are out of date, into the box and the bag. And then once you have that filled up, you're going to get rid of that box, whether it's, through the trash or recycling or whatever. I've done a video on that, on those 3 processes. But a clean sweep is dealing with the low-hanging fruit that are easy and obvious things. The next thing is a deadline. So I don't know about you, but I know I work best to deadlines. And that's because it makes me accountable to, I've set a time. And so setting yourself a deadline will help you make yourself more accountable. So whether that deadline is 20 minutes, whether it's an hour, whether it's a weekend, whether you say, I want to get this closet done by the end of today, I want to get this room downsized and decluttered by the end of the weekend, or maybe it's this area by, dinner time. Regardless of the amount of time, give yourself a deadline, because it's going to really help. And here's an extra tip. Start small. So you want to build momentum on this. And I think saying, well, by the end of the weekend, I'm going to have the garage all cleared out. I say start something small, like a closet, a junk drawer, things like that, and give yourself a deadline. The next one, tip number 3, is donate. So take the things that you aren't using that somebody else can get benefit from, and donate. Pick an organization that's near and dear to your heart, that you want to support, and take those items and donate it to that, because you never know, those things that you donate may very well be helping somebody that you don't know and really helping improve their life by donating your stuff. The next thing, tip number 4, is ask for help. Now, I find this one a little hard, but it's very valuable. So a family member, a good friend, somebody that you trust and you respect their opinion, ask for their help, because they'll have a different perspective on things. And if you bring them in and you trust their opinion, then things are going to go smoothly. And also, doing it with somebody else probably makes it a lot easier as well. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5, I love this suggestion, because we all come across things that we're not sure about. Should I get rid of it? I'm not really sure. So I call it the set aside method. And what I mean by that is, you take a box, and the things that you're uncertain about whether you should get rid of, you put them in this box. Now, here's the really important part of this. You put today's date on this box, and you make sure that you include the date on the top of the box, because you're going to set aside this box in a garage, in a spare bedroom, in a closet, in your basement, someplace where you can store it for 3 to 6 months. Now, 6 months is the maximum, and you're going to set aside a deadline to look at it, let's say in 3 months' time. And I'll bet you go through that box, and in that later date, you're going to find out that you don't miss most of that stuff. In fact, you're going, I don't actually use all that stuff. And so now you can get rid of it with a clean conscience, because you know that you have set it aside, you haven't missed it, and you're ready to get rid of it. And if it is something that you said, oh, in fact, I do use it. Well, now it's past that sort of litmus test of setting aside. So that's tip number 5. Tip number 6 is accountability, which kind of goes along with asking for help. But here's how accountability works. When we tell somebody else that we want to accomplish X, it makes us very accountable. We don't want to look foolish. We want to follow through. And if we tell somebody that we trust and we trust their opinion, all the better. So making ourselves accountable, it's just like a little like going on a diet or setting a goal. I want to run 5K, and you tell someone that you want to get this goal accomplished. Same principle at work. And so you tell the person who you want that you're going to be accountable for getting X done, whether that's I'm going to declutter my entire kitchen by the end of the month. I'm going to go through all my spare bedrooms, and by the end of the month or 3 weeks from now, I'm going to have dealt with that. Or I'm going to go through my clothes closet and I'm going to deal with those things by the end of the weekend. So accountability is a really great step. Now, tip number 7 actually involves all the other 6 tips I've just told you about, and it's intention. Intention is not action. We think often we get those two things intertwined with each other, but they actually aren't. So when you intend to do something, you have the best intention of going through your front hall closet, going through your junk drawer, going through your clothes, your basement, your garage. But intention doesn't mean you're going to take action. So using these other 6 steps will help you move from intention to action. So those are the 7 steps to help declutter faster for yourself. Now, if you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate you clicking the subscribe and like button so that more people like you can see it. And we'll see you in the next video.